What's up, guys? Remington Keyes here with Critic Nation, and there's been a movie that's been on my mind for a few months. You may have heard of it. It's a little movie called Disney's Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast is an upcoming live-action remake of one of Disney's classic animated fairy tale films. And the reason why I've been thinking about it recently a lot, it's been on my mind recently, is because I'm not very excited about it. Like I was excited about Jungle Book and Pete's Dragon and Maleficent. It's one of the few Disney films it's one of the few Disney films that I can say I'm not looking forward to and I'm not excited about. Why, you may ask? Well, here I am. I'm going to give you the top 5 reasons I'm not looking forward to Disney's Beauty and the Beast. Number 1, the design of the Beast himself. Now, this is a weird one. You would think with a movie titled Beauty and the Beast, the 2 things you're going to need to get right is having a beautiful woman play the beauty and have a scary monster playing the Beast. Well, Disney thinks that's not the case here because the Beast looks awful, especially the design of the Beast. The Beast looks like something you would get off a cheap fairy tale remake. You know, the ones that we got in the 90s and 80s. They're all trying to go on Disney's success by using the public domain fairy tales and making them live action. That's what this looks like. This doesn't look any better, and you would think Disney being such a big company, and then the people who made Jungle Book, the people who do the Avengers, the people who do Star Wars, that they'd be really creative with the design of Beast, that they would make something like big and scary, so he has something to be redeemed off of later in the movie. But no, this guy looks innocent. Sully from Monsters Incorporated looks a lot scarier than this Beast. This Beast looks like something you would see off a CW show that they were trying to make the Beast. This thing looks worse than MTV's version of Teen Wolf. It doesn't even feel like it belongs on screen with this Belle. It doesn't feel like it belongs on screen in this world. It looks awful. It looks fake. You can see the guy's face in it. It just looks so bad. It just comes off as a cheap cash in for the Beast, and I'm not okay with it. It's one of the very things that makes me angry about this film. Number 2 comes in as the designs of everything else in the world of the fairy tales, like the candlestick and the teapot, and just some of the environments in the film. Not saying that everything in the film, because I haven't seen the film yet, but not saying everything in the film kind of looks off. It's just like the designs of just some of the world. Just some of the world doesn't feel right to me. Especially with the faces on them. You would think, there are ways to do the talking objects and the talking, things in the house that doesn't make it look cheap. But Disney did not find that way. It just looks awful. It looks fake. And, in a live action Beauty and the Beast, you don't want your film to look fake. You want it to look real. You want it to look like a real environment. Look at Jungle Book. Jungle Book, everything feels real in that movie. It doesn't feel like a cheap ripoff. You got talking animals and you feel like they're real. You feel like they're actually talking to you. This one, you can tell it's just a movie. You can tell and I want that realism in my Beauty and the Beast. That's the designs is number 2. Number 3 is the tone of the way they're doing this film. And when I say tone, I mean they're making this too much for kids. Beauty and the Beast was never a kid's movie. It was a family-friendly movie that kids can see, but it was never intended to be a kid's movie. In this iteration of Beauty and the Beast, it feels like they're catering too much to the kids, which I'm not okay with. Again, this is my top 5 list of things I'm not okay with. Them focusing on it being too much for kids, it means they're going to not focus on making a good film. That they're going to focus on making it merchandisable rather than it's going to be the best film we can make. And that's never good. You know, as soon as the Ice Age movies, for example, as soon as the Ice Age movies stopped being family-friendly films and started catering more to kids and catering more to toys and catering more to what the kids want, that's when the downgrade started going down. That's when people stopped caring about Ice Age. That's when people stopped caring about these films. When Pixar started focusing on making kids movies, that's when the worst Pixar movies come out. That's when you get movies like Cars 2, you get Good Dinosaur, you get, stuff like that. They're not great films. That's where you get stuff like Finding Nemo. Well, Finding Nemo, I meant like the sequel to Finding Nemo, Finding Dory. That's where you get stuff like Finding Dory. Where they're made for the kids in mind and not made for the adults that are watching it. Disney's always been good at making family-friendly films, adult films that are friendly for the kids to watch, that you can bring your kids to, but they're still made to be good films. And this is just coming off to me as being too kid-friendly. And it goes back to the Beast. Look at the Beast. He looks kid-friendly. He doesn't look like a beast. Like, you want a beast to look scary. You want him to be the worst guy ever, so that when he's redeemed at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, when he's redeemed at the end of the movie, it feels like there was some progress. And this is not coming off to me as that it's going to be like that. The next thing on my list is the CGI looks awful. And this going back to the designs, like the CGI of the world just kind of just looks bad. And the computer generation, it just kind of looks like it's out of 2009. And we're in 2016. You can make some really good designs for cheap. And you're Disney. Disney has the money. They have the resources to make this look good. And it's just coming off as bad. It's coming off as, awful. I mean, look at Maleficent. Maleficent had beautiful designs in the world. And this is looking so much worse than Maleficent. That came out years ago. So, it's just kind of making me on the hype for the movie. And then number 5, my final thing a reason why I'm not looking forward to this movie. It's wasted potential. This movie had so much potential to be good. It's coming off the Jungle Book. You would think, and I haven't seen the movie yet. This is coming from a guy who hasn't seen the movie yet. But just from what I've seen I've seen every trailer, and from the trailers, that's what you're bringing people in. That's your marketing is what's bringing people to go see the movie. Your name is too. I'm not gonna lie. The name Beauty and the Beast is gonna bring people to, and the name Disney is gonna bring people there. But your marketing is what's gonna sell people on the movie. If you don't have good marketing, if you don't have a good trailer, if you don't look good in your stuff, you're not gonna get more people in. It could be $1 billion movie, but you could have had $1 billion and one. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it just feels like it's wasted. Like when I heard Disney's making Beauty and the Beast, I'm thinking in my head, this is gonna be spectacular. We're gonna see that ballroom scene. We're gonna see Meet Our Guests. Like, it's just gonna look spectacular. Gaston, gonna be this awesome dude. Like, Beauty and the Beast can fit live action. And this just doesn't look. It looks like it's just wasted potential. Like it's just a cheap cash in. It looks like it's gonna be another. What's that movie? It looks like it's gonna be another Cars, where it's just you have all this potential to be a good movie, but it doesn't go the extra mile to be that good movie. It's just trying to get the name recognition to get the people in, and they're just gonna release some cheap movie. That's what it just feels like to me, personally. But that's just my opinion. What are your guys' thoughts on the movie so far from the trailers? I can link the first trailer in the description below. But as a critic, I'm mostly going to see it anyways. But I'm just not going to have hope going into the movie. You will see a review on this channel of Beauty and the Beast when it comes out to theaters. But, yeah, until then, I've been your host, Remington Keyes, signing out. That's been my editorial on Beauty and the Beast, and I'll see you guys in the next one for more and more and more movie reviews on Critic Nation. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.